G'day guys, Chris the Ultimate Recycler here, and we're back in the emergency storage shed for episode, I think we're up to 172. You are looking at an empty shelf beside me. We've made really good progress on this wall unit here, and I haven't refilled it, so 3 cheers. We've got something to get off the ground at the end, or when I say the ground, the concrete floor, which you know that always excites me to clean up some concrete space and have more square meterage, square footage, square yardage, whatever term you like, and it means we're getting somewhere, more to sweep. There's something on the floor, but also there's a really interesting box on the bottom of this shelf that I've been waiting to get to for quite some time. Let's have a look. Well, doesn't this look clean? And I haven't put stuff back on it. So we have, I've got to deal with those 2 bits of timber. I'll talk about those in a minute. We have a little metal stand here. It is on casters, and there's not much in. There's a couple of, looks like there's square tin boxes with a couple of items in. We'll deal with those straight away, no problems. But this box is one I've had my eye on for quite some time. The box itself is pretty cool, and it's got a real mixture of pretty old vintage stuff. I haven't really delved in, well, I haven't looked in there at all. I certainly haven't moved anything. We'll do that together. So that's this week's episode. Some really interesting old stuff in a beautiful old box, and a little metal trolley thing that I think might be nice to keep, to put a toolbox on to roll around my workshop once I have lots more spare concrete to move on. These bits of timber, let's talk about these first. They came from a cupboard I knocked apart years ago. It's really nice solid timber. We're not talking plywood. It's been painted on that side, but it's probably an oak or something, maybe blackwood, I'm not totally sure. But it's still got hinges on it, so these were obviously doors. But I have a use for that. And when you get nice thick old timber that's nice and straight with no splits in it, it's useful stuff. You don't want to split it up and burn it. So I'll put that aside. I've got a lot of timber stashed out the back of the shed, and I do have to make some tops for some old stools one day, and that will be perfect timber for that. All right, let's drag this out. What'll I do? I'll take the stuff through to the bench and we'll have a look at it. Now, seeing so I've got the room to walk through into the shed now, I thought I might as well carry it right through. If you don't know why that's exciting, go back and look at some of the recent videos, because that little track I just walked down used to be a little narrower than what it is. Okay, I think these boxes are actually fixed to this trolley. Let's have a better look. Well, I don't know that they're actually fixed. I think they're just jammed in so tight they won't move. I can't see any bolts holding them in. I don't know that I want them there, so hopefully I can get them out, because I reckon that might be a handy spot for a heavy toolbox on the bottom and maybe a toolbox open on top just to roll around my shed. It's small, it's narrow, the casters seem pretty good, it rolls well. So yeah, look, if I decide not to keep it, I'll get $20 for it, no problems. In that case, I guess we probably should leave the boxes in the bottom. They're of no real value on their own. Do I need it? Probably not. I actually have a tool chest. All right, I've talked my way around to not keeping it. I think we'll take it to the shop then after all that discussion. Thanks for your help. Okay, what's in here? This is cast iron. It's quite heavy, and it's a very cool old oven door, and one of the top pins broken, but they're just metal pins. We could easily just put a bolt through there. They're like rivets. Very nice old cast iron with the frame. So the cast iron itself is undamaged. What's that? So does that say IXL? It says XL. That doesn't look like IXL made stoves, of course, but I don't think this is off a stove as such, a kitchen stove, maybe a very early one. More likely probably the door to a some sort of burner, a furnace, something like that. But that's in great condition. It's just really lost a pin. So I'll find a bolt just to go through that, preferably a rusty one that looks the part. And it's probably designed to go in a brick enclosure. I think you'd find that would be 2 bricks. So it could be built into a brick, a kiln or a large oven. Yeah, like a fire door on perhaps a bakery oven. Pretty old though. I would imagine has to be late 1800s, very early 1900s. It's a shame it actually doesn't have a brand as such. It's been around a long time. So I'm going to find a bolt for that. I think we'll put $50 on that. Where do you find another one? So nothing else in that tub. Let's have a look in this one. More cast iron. And this is a wheel, a single wheel off a Quell cast lawnmower. These were one of those cylinder or reel mowers that would drive, hasn't really got much tread, but as you push them, the gearing on the inside drives the blades and they spin round. And these are really the only true lawn mowers. They actually cut the grass or guillotine the grass by the blades on the cylinder coming past like a ledger plate, and they guillotine the grass off. You get a really nice cut. You can get your Wimbledon stripes with these things. But of course this one you have to physically push. They're hard work. But yeah, I don't know why I haven't got a pair. It's been painted up. There should be a pair of them. I think I'd put $10 on that, but if I had a pair, I'd certainly put more than 20 the pair. Maybe I should, no, I won't put it aside. I'll put it aside and wait for the other one to turn up, and it'll bug me for months and months, and I might never find the other one. Although Murphy's Law says the moment I sell this, I'll find the other one. That's all right. We'll put $10 on that one. I think if I had both, they would have been in here. And all right, what are we going to put on this? Maybe I'll just brush it off, brush the cobwebs off it, and put $25 on it. Take that to the shop, gets it out of here. Okay, the time has come. Let's get into this box and see what treasures await us. Okay, well on top we have a really beaten up old enamel jug. That's a shame it's so beaten up. It's an old one. And actually it doesn't look too bad inside. Pretty dirty, but it's really had some hammering around there. The enamel flakes off in great big glass-like flakes. Blue handle, quite an early one, early 1900s I'd suggest. I guess it was just a water wash jug or something like that. We're going to get at least $10 for it. I'll give it a quick wash up. In good nick I would certainly ask a lot more. They're pretty rare in good condition. That's how you normally find them. Okay, a really nice old tin. Someone's given it some silver frosting highlighting the patterns. I think this was a candy tin, biscuit tin, something like that. Oh, it looks like you can't, oh yeah, you can see it. There's a cherub on top. You can see it better on the inside. So, not in the best condition. Someone has painted it up. You can see they've overlapped with the silver there. Bit of a rough job. I'll give that a clean up. At least it's not rusty. Might be $10 depending on how good the top cleans up. Alright, let's go to the 60s and see some anodized aluminium bed head lamps. They look in reasonable condition. This is a spring-loaded clamp that used to stretch over the bed head, and you have obviously a his and hers lamp, reading lamp. They're in pretty good condition. They're probably going to work okay. So I'll clean them up a little bit. They're a little bit dusty. They've lost some of the anodizing finish to the aluminium. The cord looks okay. It looks to be the original. So we might get $20 or so for that. I'll plug them in later and see if they work. All right, from the bedroom to the garage, we have a nice old horn. I had a horn in a box a while back, a big long one that I actually sold to a subscriber who drove down to see me, and that was great. He had a long trip, and this is, don't know if it's got a brand on it. I'll have to clean it up and see. It might be, oh, it's written something around here. It's written, could be an RVB. It is an RVB, so it's an Australian-made 6-volt automotive, yeah, it says Australia, automotive horn. I don't know the era, perhaps 50s or 60s, this one. Don't know what it would have been off. It's possibly just a generic one that would have been fitted to any sort of car or truck. We can see if that one works. So I might clean that up and try that a bit later. Oh, we have some bottles. We have a Fanta bottle from the 60s. 8.5 fluid ounces. That's in pretty good condition. So we're going to get at least 10 for that. It has faded a bit on the ceramic label. They do fade. They don't survive very well, especially if they're buried or they don't like the sun. But it's not a bad example. It's undamaged. We'll wash that up, maybe $10. An Angus & Co. Probably a clag or a glue. What's in it? A little brass fitting off something. So not very much there. We might probably only put 5 on that one. It's probably 1950s or so. Here we have a jar that looks impressive, but it's USA. Looks like it's been custom adapted for something. It's got a cork with a hole through it. It would have had probably a glass lid that this clicked over, like a preserving jar. But I think it's quite modern. I think this, it's a ball ideal. So it is a preserving jar, but I think this is a fairly modern one, possibly 1970s. It does have 75 on the bottom, so that might be about the age of it. Typical colour for these USA-made preserving jars. So yeah, I don't think it's worth a great deal. We might go 10. It's a nice colour. Don't have the original lid. An olive oil, original label, and olive oil contents, one would presume. Screw top, probably 1950s or 60s. It's 5 ounces. Sigma Co Melbourne. The label's not the best. It will clean up okay, but it's quite tatty around the top. But a nice example of an early olive oil. Depending how it cleans up, maybe $10. The bottle itself isn't really worth anything. It's only that it has the contents and the label that gives it some sort of value. All right, another one in this corner. This is a hat dye. M. Bauf. And these come in different colours. I've seen them in amber and a green. This has a mark on the bottom which indicates it's around about World War I era. It's an AGM mark for Australian glass manufacturers. Applied top, so it's pre-machine made bottles, so it definitely dates it before 1920. Probably only $5 though. They're fairly common, these ones, and the colour isn't anything fantastic. At least it's not damaged. We'll give that a wash up, maybe just $5. All right, one more bottle down the bottom here. This is a strychnine poison, and it looks like it still has contents. It is sealed, but that's what you've got to be careful of with these things. This is probably 1920s. The seam does go through the top lip, so it's a machine-made bottle, machine-made top. Jacob Huel, England. So yeah, I've got to be very careful with these. And if you are a bottle digger and you go out fossicking, these can turn up in tips broken, and the white powder just gets everywhere, and it's obviously quite toxic, so you do need to be very aware of that. The cork, even though it's broken off at the top, it looks like it's sealed very well. So I think we can still sell that. A collector is going to be well aware of the dangers of opening it. It makes a great display, original label. But yeah, you do have to be very careful of contents of old bottles. And of course, if you find one with white powder in and there's no label, you never know. Oh, there is another one here. This is Spooner's boot dressing. Nice purple colour. Excuse the clock chiming in the background. It's 11 o'clock. Time for me to make a coffee in a minute. Nice purple colour. They go purple in the sun. It's a reaction with the manganese dioxide they use in the glass mix. And that's a nice example. It has got, it's not a fracture, but it is a little chippy around the top. Would have had a screw top. Pretty early for a screw top. I'd suggest it's around about maybe 1920. Usually they don't go purple after about 1920 unless the company's used recycled glass. Oh, there are a few more bottles. My apologies. This one's a chemist, a Broken Hill. Arthur Smith, pharmaceutical chemist, Broken Hill. Don't know how rare that is. It's not in the best condition. It's possibly been dug from Broken Hill. There's a massive tip up there, and a lot of people frequent the area. Bottle clubs sometimes have organised digs there. I'll have to check that out. I don't expect it's rare, but you just never know. And it's got a lot of opalescence on it from being in very, perhaps acidic soil conditions. Maybe $10, but I will check that one out. A Art Deco jar with a remainder of a wasp's nest, and I think it's got seashells in it. Can we open it? Oh yeah. Here we go. A collection of shells. Now I do have a large jar at the shop which I add seashells to, and when it's full I'll sell that. So I'll tip those shells into my other jar. We'll give this deco jar a wash up. They're quite common. They come in clear, they come in green. Some of the green actually even glows under UV light, and they get pretty good dollars. But a nice little deco jar like that, I would probably put $15 on if it cleans up well. The lid's a little rusty, but we should be able to bring that back to life a bit. Maybe 10. Let's not get too ambitious. I think $10 for that one. They come in much taller varieties as well. But yeah, nice looking jar. I think they might have come with coffee in them, or maybe they were sold with some products with the idea that you could use them as a canister afterwards. This is I think this is a coffee jar, and I keep these ones. I've got a lineup of these in the shop with various things for sale in them. Christine uses them in her pantry for various food products, and that's a good one with a nice tin lid. So I will clean that up for my use. I normally get about $10 for these ones. Okay, another electrical fitting, plastic base. It's got a, oh, okay, so that's got a like a spring setup which you can stretch out and then slip over the bed head as well. So a similar design to the other one, as in you clamp it on the bed head as a reading lamp. It should have had some sort of shade. I don't have a shade with it. The wiring on this one is not going to be any good. I will cut that off. It's all gone hard. It'll be the rubber, yes, rubber coated wire. The plug, I usually get $5 for these plugs, but it's quite chipped, so that one's not going to be much good. The actual lamp itself, if I can find a suitable shade for it, we'll get something for it. Early plastic, maybe it's 1950s. Oh, it could even be Bakelite and it's been painted. Yeah, I think it is a Bakelite. So yeah, if that had a nice Bakelite shade, that would probably do pretty well. We'll probably get $10 for it, but I'm going to cut the cord off. What's in the bottom here? We have a little kitchen, well, sorry, a dining table cruet set container, silver plate. It's stamped EPNS, which is electroplated nickel silver. It's been polished to 1 inch of its life, and all the silver plating's gone off it, and it's now got some corrosion coming through because the base metal is just like a brass or a copper alloy. It's quite decorative. It would have been nice when the silver plate was in good condition, and you can get them replated, but it's fairly expensive to do. This piece isn't a nice enough piece to have done. We don't have the original bottles for it. It possibly had a salt, pepper and mustard pot in the middle. I'll wash it up. We might try 5 purely because it's nice and decorative, but a lot of these, by the time the plating's disappeared and they get corrosion, I put in the brass bins. We'll see if we get 5. It's certainly not worth 5 as brass. Oh, this end, oh, hang on, what's this? This is a, okay, this is an upside down bottle. This goes on a kerosene heater. It says Cook Heater Colton, and this was your kerosene supply that has a spring-loaded valve here that you put on your kerosene heater or perhaps cooker, and then it has a supply of fuel for the burner. So they turn up quite often. They're probably 1950s or so. And that's why if you find one of these and the writing's upside down, you know why, because often they're missing the top. That's a bit rusty, but it's complete. Don't think it's worth a great deal. Nice colour. We'll give it a wash up. We might get, I'll get 10 at least. We might go 15 on it. They're not that common. That bottle collectors may not even be interested because it's technically not a normal bottle. Here's another little one, a very old one. It would have been a chemist or something, or a medicine. The cork's well and truly stuck in there. No names on it. There's no moulding seams, but I think that would be pre-1900. It looks like an 1890s style. Flared lip, little uneven. Yeah, nice early bottle, but not much going for it. Certainly no branding on it. Might get 5. A glass lid from something. Don't think there's any real value there. And the last item in this box is a mirror. It's still in here, even though it's dirty as, and the mirror itself has lost all the silvering on the back of it, and the frame's badly damaged. So this is just, it would have had a frame, you can see a hole each side. It's basically a toilet mirror or a small dressing table mirror. They sat on a little base with quite decorative arms up each side that you could loosen the wing nuts and tilt the mirror back and forward. The base sometimes had a little drawer in it. They used to bring pretty good money complete. I've got one in the shop that I think we've got, I don't know, $75 on, and it's still there and it's in pretty good condition. This one has been repaired on the corners as well. It's got damage all over it. It's probably cedar. It's an early piece. Perhaps I'll just clean it up and we'll put $5 on it. Someone might just like to hang a super rustic mirror outside their back door on the farmhouse or something. But really there's not much value there. It's not worth restoring. There's quite a bit of timber missing. Yeah, bit of a shame, but that's probably how I got it. And the box is the last thing we have to look at. I think it says Melbourne on the side there. And maybe Oxa. I'm not sure about that. Melbourne. So some product box. It's in pretty good condition. It's got the steel strapping around the sides. Lovely old timber. It looks like old pine. And the old pine is great in that there's hardly any knots in it. It's all very straight grained. You don't get pine like that these days. Same with that side. There's no knots. That will just get a bit of a wash up on the lawn. I think we'll probably put, $30 on that one. It's a nice box. So there we go. We've got some interesting bits. Lots of cleaning up for me to do. And I'll show you them all when they're clean. So here's everything cleaned up and presented for your viewing pleasure. We'll start with the mirror. You can see how rough that is, even cleaned up. That's all we're going to get. The mirror, the silvering on the back's gone. We've got a lot of damage. We'll see if we can get 5 for that. The enamel jug cleaned up okay, but it is beaten up as mentioned, so we'll probably just go for a 10. The Bakelite lamp there, I'm pretty sure it's Bakelite. It's a shame we didn't have a shade, but it looks pretty good. We'll try 10. The fire door here, I put an old rusty bolt in one of the hinges and it works perfectly. So we'll try and get our 50 there. Perhaps I'm a little ambitious, but as I said earlier, where do you find another one? It's in excellent condition. The tin over here with the cherub on top, I did clean the top back and then I gave it a quick spray with clear lacquer. And it actually presents pretty well now. So we should have no troubles getting 10 on that. All the bottles washed up quite nicely. What was I going to say with the bottles? The hat dye has remnants of the original contents, and being a dye, it was very hard to get out, so I didn't go to too much trouble. The olive oil bottle, the label came up okay. And that's its selling feature, really, unless you've got a use for olive oil. I don't know if there was a use-by date on those. The Broken Hill Chemist turns out to be a fairly common one, so we just went with 10 on that. Everything washed up pretty well. Even the lid on the deco jar, I thought was quite rusty, but it's actually in really good condition. I'm keeping that one, as I mentioned. The horn, I did put some power to it and nothing happened, so I wasn't going to look too much further. We'll just put 10 on that. Someone can fix it up. And yeah, everything else as discussed. There's the shells that we got out of the deco jar. So let's see if these lights work. I've put a globe in one. There was already a globe in the other side. Cleaned up quite nicely. So it's plugged into the appliance tester. So let's power it up and see if they work. Yep, beautiful. And this one, oh, excellent. I expected those globes, or one of the globes, to be blown. I did up the price on that one a little bit. I think we'll get 30 for that. It's in really good condition. And I had a quick look on eBay, and any anodized 60s era lamp seemed to sell very well. So time to get the notepad out, have a look at what our total is. We ended up one full page. We ended up at $280. Everything pretty well, as I mentioned. The only thing I really upped the price was the bed head lamp. And yeah, the dearest was the fire door at 50. And of course the box. Oh yeah, the old box. That's over here. Looks like it says CXA Melbourne. It might be GXA. I'm not sure what that means. The box is in great condition. It's nice and sturdy. We should get 30 for that. And I was going to put 25 on that trolley. I nearly decided to keep it, but I'm better off moving things on. If I need a trolley down the track, I'll either make one or buy one. So there we go, $280 back this week. Thank you for watching another episode, guys. We've made more room out there. In fact, we made quite a bit of room this week because we've got one big box and that trolley. We've made more concrete available for sweeping up and moving things around. So thanks for watching. If any of my members are interested in this, the Patreon members do get 24 hours early access as a bit of a reward for supporting the channel, and VIP members get 10% off any prices I've quoted as well. So shoot me a message on Patreon if you're interested there. But everyone, I appreciate everyone's support, whether you're a member or not. It doesn't really matter, because I know you like the channel and you're giving me comments and you're giving me thumbs up, and I really appreciate that. It's helping us stick at this elephant that we're eating one bite at a time, both here and at the shop and behind the shop and the carport, and I've got a lot of elephants. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.